Hello everyone. In this video we will discuss about project objectives and project scopes. Actually the project objectives are a detailed description of the expected or desired outcome of the project. Now exactly what is a need or what is a desired output or what is expected from this particular project, that is referred as a project objective. So if you take an example of a project objective, that is building of new website, that you can take it as an objective of the project. Sorry, that is called as the objective of the, that is project objective. Now let us discuss about scope. Scope is nothing but effort what is required to complete a whole project. Now suppose assume that if the objective is to build a website, even in your project synopsis you must have noticed this objectives and scope. In objectives you have to mention what exactly you want to achieve, but as far as the scope is concerned, you have to mention what are the requirements to complete the project, such as you are designing the web page using a PHP or ASP.NET or Python, Flask or Django. So those or even some product like Flash Media, those information you define in project. And it is not, so we are discussing about computer projects. So when I go for work breakdown structure, that is WBS, which comes under the next unit. This is last two topics are remaining in this particular unit. When I go for the next chapter, there we will discuss about the different structures, how the software is developed, how the construction work is developed. Now let us understand what is the project scope. So here I want to demonstrate one diagram here. Here you can see. So if this is one diagram in which we have okay, just keep it here. I hope it is visible to you. Here you see what project scope will include. Project scope will include what is a mission or a mission statement, then how you are going to procure the required materials or required resources, that is what we call procurement strategy, commission and validation plans, then construction plan, means how you are going to construct this. So as we go on in this particular subject, we will learn all these things one by one, so I don't want to go in detail with this. Then comes the scope. So other side, if you see, risk identification. Your project may have some risk. What are the risks and how you are going to deal with these things, that is also a project scope. Then project controls. See, actually these diagrams are not there in your textbook, but I have picked this diagram from Google for understanding it in an easier way. Next, project controls. Then resource planning. So you need some resources. It may be human, or it may be a machinery, it may be a technology, it may be a system, whatever it is. The resource planning. The nature may be a resource. So resource planning is also very important. That is also coming under project scope. Then project execution approach. So that we are going to discuss in the next unit. So what is the project execution? There's a separate chapter on that. There we will discuss how it is conducted. Then the design plan. So this also we will be discussing in the next unit. So this is together we can call it as a project scope. Here I want to discuss some more points about the project scope, and those points I will discuss in the future. And the size of the scope is varying based on the requirement of the stakeholders, and what is that we will discuss in the next diagram. Now this was regarding the objective and project scope. Now when we talk about a scope, there is a difference between a project scope and product scope. Here product scope is measured against the product requirement. What is the requirement of that particular product? The product may be the service, or its function may be a product or service. Suppose if you have one product to be manufactured, you need to measure it against that requirement of the project. So the requirements of projects are very important. And as far as the project scope is concerned, the work that must be done to achieve the product scope, it's based on the completion of the product scope is measured against the project management plan. That means the product scope is based on the requirement of the product, whereas project scope is based on the project management plan. Now, to understand what is project management plan, we will just go, or we will click on what is project or how it is constructed, because I have some diagrams which I want to demonstrate it to you. Yeah, I hope it is clear to you. Okay, now you see, this is actually giving us an idea how a project is carried out. We have discussed about so many topics earlier in this particular unit. I would like to revise the things. And when we discussed about a project, what is a project? I had told you that project will always have some step to pick the pencil, yeah, initiation, and it will have a closure. The project will have an initiation and closure. So, okay, that you can see I have marked it. So always the project will start with the initiation. Now briefly I will introduce you how the project will go on, because in the next unit we will be learning about some of the concepts in this. Okay, now let us discuss about how the project is initiated and how it is closed in brief. So in that I will cover many things. Usually the project initiation will be done with the project charter. Now I don't want to discuss what is project charter in this, because I am going to discuss in detail about the project charter, and I want to demonstrate to you the diagram of the project charter, where it will be easier for me to explain what is project charter. Project charter is must, because before starting a project you need to prepare a project charter. Then you have to take a approval from sponsors, or we can call a, or we can use a word called as a stakeholders. What is stakeholder we will discuss. Okay, and scope of the project is also varying based on the needs of the stakeholders. We will discuss that later. That is the first stage. So we will discuss this in the second unit, what is project charter. And the second stage is planning. So these concepts such as project scope statement, work breakdown structures, we will discuss in the second unit. And one more is a Gantt chart. These are involved in planning. So these are the things what we are learning in second and third unit. Next, execution. Means when it is under process, that is called as the execution. During execution, see what is this project scope statement and project breakdown structure as and Gantt chart I am discussing in second and third unit. I don't want to discuss in detail regarding this. When I explain it, you will get a better idea. I am just showing you how the project is conducted. Next is up to this, that is up to planning part, it is most of the documentations which are used for a better achievement of the projects, and also to get the approval of the sponsors or stakeholders. In this particular part, that is the execution part, this is where actually the process is conducted or it is executed. To execute the process, this work breakdown structures or Gantt charts are used to manage that. And even in our activities also, in the first activity, that is 2.A, you can go and check your syllabus. There is an activity called 2.A. In that you have to draw this breakdown structures, a Gantt chart and all these things, and even you plan of building also you have to do. We will do this after completion of the second unit. We will start it after completion of the second unit. Next comes is execution, and the execution is based on these documents. So these documents will define, that's a work breakdown structure or Gantt chart, the different schedulings and different phases in which it has to be executed. So in execution phase, these are the responsibility of the project manager. The project manager has to check the project status, and he has to track each and every stage of the project execution. Next comes the activity tracking. Say regularly the activities are, so this is a fourth phase is a controlling phase, where it will be checked whether it is executing according to the plan or not, because if it exceeds the execution of the this particular specified time limit or the budget, what we call a cost, then it may become difficult. So it is very important to have a control over the different activities by doing activity tracking and goal tracking, whether it is in the right direction to achieve a goal or not. That is the second control tracking is done. Then budget tracking, that is of course it is achieved in desired budget or not, that is also an issue. Last one is project analysis, whether we have achieved a goal or objective or not, that analysis has to be done, and finally the project report is prepared. So whatever I am discussing, say, and this diagram also, it is not in your textbook, to be honest. So you will not find these things in your notes also, even in your Canvas app or when I give the printout. For your or for my convenience, where I get a better opportunity to explain the things in a proper way, I have included this diagram. These diagrams are not there in your textbook, and you will not find this in notes. So if you want to know about more of these things, you have to or you want this, you can draw these diagrams by watching it on the video. Okay, so this is regarding the scope, what is the project, and what are the objectives of the project, and these all things has to be managed by the project manager. Thank you.